You're certainly seeing a knee-jerk reaction with the invasion or the move of troops into these new provinces. But right now, you look at the VIX. If you look at the VIX, it's actually down overnight, dipped under 28. We also saw the 10-year note, which about 5 hours ago went down to its lowest yield of the day of 1.84%. Now it's back above 1.91. So saying that maybe some investors have priced all of this in. I think this is going to be a slower baking drama than we initially anticipated. But right now, it's really interesting to see for the first time the S&P 500 move positive, and this is after being 10% lower from its all-time highs.
But yeah, again, to Jim Cramer's point and others' point, the one we just tried to make with Michael Lasser, the retail analyst, I mean, honey, we're not putting a deck on the house because Putin has gotten more aggressive with the Donetsk region. Nobody is going to say that. This is a geopolitical story. There are implications in oil and gas and some other commodities like nickel and corn and wheat. But overall, those are just going to be marginal to the inflation story, right, Jeff? This is an economy that's facing a lot more than Putin's ambitions in the far eastern region of Ukraine.
Yeah, and maybe this is random but important, Sully, but what's interesting is the current backdrop. Look at the backdrop. We're seeing food prices. They've climbed to the highest point they've been in over a decade. So when you talk about inflationary pressures or another leg higher, yes, we know that Russia is the world's largest wheat supplier. Nonetheless, we are going to be impacted country by country. So country specific, look at Egypt, look at Turkey, they're very dependent. Here in the United States, we're the second largest producer of wheat. Therefore, we export about 50% of our wheat production thanks to our awesome farmers here in the United States. But I think it is impactful. But we have wheat independence. You talk about metals, that's where I think it could be impactful. It's kind of a 1-2 punch, Sully. We're seeing the adoption of electronic vehicles. You're seeing the batteries that we make. Typically, we make the batteries, at least the production, of those higher nickel capacities. So yeah, Russia controls about 7% of the nickel global production. So I am concerned about that, but I'm looking at a way to possibly obtain this next leg higher, not just in food inflation, but overall commodities. Look at GSG. It's up about 16% year to date. That's obviously in contrast to the S&P 500, now down about 9%. So that 25% difference, we've actually owned GSG in our sanctuary tactical portfolio for quite some time because it allows you to participate in this inflation, which is feeling good for no one. Sitting here in Chicago, it's tangible how this inflationary pressure, and that's really what's interesting. You brought it up earlier. If the Federal Reserve has to really walk back some of their hawkish, maybe they are chicken hawks, Sully. They walk back some of their hawkish because of this uncertainty. Maybe the 10-year note can really be digested. The markets move higher.